In this video, I want to discuss the so-called news which claim that it's now a human right issue, black maternity deaths. Okay, there's been quite a few articles, and the commission claims that obviously the issue needs addressing. I've been making videos regarding this serious travesty, and but sadly it doesn't seem to pick up traffic where black women are dying in childbirth. What made me decide to do this video is that I was just waiting for a friend of mine in hospital, and I saw quite a few pregnant black women, and I thought to myself, they were heavily pregnant, and I thought, wow, just to think the chances of them losing that baby. And the worst thing about it is no one knows why. They claim no one knows why. Black women are more likely to lose their babies in childbirth more than white women and more than Muslims. Now, when you break it down, you begin to realize something does not make sense, right? More than Muslims and more than white females. Now you have to break it down. What exactly is going on? Some racists went to social media and they were arguing, well, it's not a racist thing to say that black women are dying in childbirth. Oh, it's not racism, it's genetic factors. Some, even tongue-in-cheek, argued that always hygiene purposes. They were using all the racist stereotypes to justify quote-unquote killing of black babies. Some argue there's genetics inferiority, it's the genetic factor, not racism. Some argue black women have no hygiene, etc. But when you break it down, these are not poor black women. These are also professional black women who are losing their children during childbirth. Poor and professional black women. So this economic factor, doesn't hold weight. And as for this genetics, that is it almost like the genetics determine, well, you're black, so your baby should die. This is what they're arguing. They won't blame racism. Anything, they won't blame racism. It's genetics. It's bad hygiene. It's economics. And the commission and the human rights and the MPs said that something has to be done. But they've been saying this for years and nothing got done. What they're going to do about all the numbers of black women who have lost their babies over the decades, you can't bring those babies back. And I can guarantee you, when they say that the issue needs addressing, nothing will get done. They always make promises to black people, which they breach. They always make promises. The LGBTQ, they will get their manifesto, they'll get their targets met. But when it comes to that, I'm afraid many more black women will find their babies, losing their babies, during childbirth. The numbers are too high. And it's not just in Britain, in America. And something is seriously wrong, right? The only way you could measure this is look at Africa and compare and status-wise, I'm not saying I'm saying status-wise, and compare how many African women lose their babies. That's the only way you can prove African women don't lose their babies. So why is it in America and Britain, black women are losing their babies, yet in Africa they're not? Unless they're taking Bill Gates' poison. And you get to realize something doesn't add up, but they'll blame anything. Candice Owen, Jesse Lee Peterson, what would their argument be? What explanation would they give to this? What excuse would they say to this? How far are they willing to play the game for payday? Jesse Lee Peterson and Candice Owen, how far are they willing to play the game for payday? What excuse are they going to use to the disparity in these maternity deaths? Are they going to say it's all the black women's minds? Are they going to use the same token that bad hygiene is genetics? It's drugs. One actually put, they're taking drugs. Black women are taking drugs. Don't do anything then admit that something devious and sinister is going on. They rather play games with you than admit that there's something sinister and devious is going on. But the disparity, it's serious. The disparity. And they talk about tightening, the wages between male and female. They're talking about that, and they will do it. But something as serious as this, the disparity in maternity deaths, and I can guarantee you, I put my neck on the line, they're not going to do it. And do you know why? The kingdom can't divide against itself. So they're not going to do it. You're going against your nature. The kingdom can't divide against itself. But let me know, what's your opinion? Why do you think it's happening? I've made, I think, quite a few videos. If my channel first started, this is one of my first subjects. And what's interesting is how we seem to shy away. I don't know why, but we seem to shy away from this subject, not realizing tomorrow night it could be your family, could be your cousin, could be your niece, could be your sister, could be your aunt. So let me know, what do you think? What do you think is behind it? Some argue that it's the way it's neglection, they're not being neglected, they're being neglected, they don't aftercare, etc. That's what many argue, aftercare, racism, where they don't do follow-ups and things like that. That's what many argue. But the Candice Owen and Jesse Lee Peterson would deny that. They would deny, your experience. Let me know what you think.